With every country, humor is often a growth of the culture in which they live in. As a nation and people, Japan is a very conservative culture. The people of Japan are known for their rigidity in work and life, and because of this, have a reputation for being uptight. This is especially true in Japanese personal lives, where abstinence is frequently practiced, creating a sexually repressed culture.
As a result, Japanese humor is often a direct opposite on these stereotypes, providing the Japanese people with a release from these social norms. Japanese comedy is characterized by its use of slapstick wordplay, gags, and contrast of absurdity with reason. Whether it be in a game show or stand-up, Japanese humor thrives in the absurd almost as a direct rebuttal to the rigid culture in which its people live. Frequently present in Japanese humor are sexual innuendos or just blatant sexual acts which undermine the sexual representation in Japan.
Because of Japan's unique culture, Japan has also developed a unique sense of humor. In fact, Hollywood comedy films that are popular abroad are often a commercial failure in Japan. The Japanese often don't find foreign humor to be funny. The term American joke is Japanese slang for a joke that isn't funny.
There are four types of traditional Japanese comedy: Kyugen, Rakugo, Owarai, and Manzai. Kyugen is an old form of comedy that dates back as far as the 14th century. It was traditionally performed during the intermissions at Noah performances. Kyogen is based on slapstick and satire. It's performed in an anarchaic version of Japanese, but it is easy to understand because speech, facial expressions, and movements are exaggerated.
Rakugo is a type of traditional Japanese comedy theater that can be literally translated to fallen words. It features a lone storyteller who conveys a long and complex comical story that includes dialogue between multiple characters.
Manzai is a traditional form of comedy that always features two characters trading jokes at high speed. One is a confused, forgetful, and unintelligent character known as Bulk. The second role, known as Sukumi, plays the part of correcting the Bulk's misunderstandings.
Owarai, literally laugh, is the modern form of comedy in Japan. It is a broad category of comedy that includes any act that made their way up through Japan's lively stand-up comedy scene. It's common for popular Owarai acts to be regulars on Japanese television, including variety shows, game shows, food segments, travel features, and musical performances.
Stand-up comedy in Japan is unique because comedians often work in pairs. Comedians traditionally belong to a particular troupe and serve as apprentices to more established stars until they made it big themselves.
Most Japanese comedians make a name for themselves by starring in game shows. Game shows are by far the most popular form of Japanese comedy and are often characterized by their mindlessness and absurdity, direct opposites to the Japanese culture itself.
The most popular game show is Most Extreme Elimination Challenge, which begins airing in 2003 and continues to air now, which featured many bizarre challenges which contestants would attempt. American Ninja Warrior was also originally started in Japan as Ninja Warrior.
The popularity of Japanese game shows led to American spin-offs such as ABC's I Survived the Japanese Game Show and American Ninja Warrior. American spin-offs, however, have yet to receive the same successes as their Japanese counterparts. I Survived the Japanese Game Show only survived 2 seasons, and American Ninja Warrior has departed from the comedic origins of the Japanese version.
Few countries have the same rigid culture as Japan, so it is no surprise that Japanese humor has struggled abroad, and that the humor of other countries has failed to take its grip in Japan.